Hi there. It's been a while since we last talked. How are you doing? Hey, I'm doing well, thanks. How about you? I'm good too. I have some big news. I'm planning to propose to my girlfriend Olivia on Valentine's Day. Wow, I had no idea you were in a relationship. It's been a long time since we last caught up. How did you two meet? Olivia and I went way back. Our families were close, and everyone knew each other. We've always been there for each other, comforting each other through tough times, like when her mom had a health scare, and when I went through a bad breakup in high school. Despite the fact that we both had feelings for each other growing up, we decided to just stay friends and not take any chances that could ruin our bond. Olivia is absolutely gorgeous, just like her mom and sisters, but I didn't want to risk our friendship by acting on any romantic feelings. Yeah, we all know those stories where relationships start as friendships. To me, that seems to be the key to a happy relationship. So, what happened next? I'm curious to hear your great love story. Haha, who knows? I often caught myself taking notice of the similarities between the guys Olivia dated and myself. These similarities caused many arguments between her and her partners, as they constantly compared me to each other. Although I wasn't the reason for their breakups, the overwhelming guilt I felt led me to question my own involvement. So, after her latest breakup, I suggested taking a break from our friendship so she could have time to figure out what she truly wanted in a relationship. Unbeknownst to me, this break would lead to a realization that would fundamentally alter the trajectory of our relationship. However, I was taken aback when she sat me down in her living room and confessed her feelings for me. She expressed that she was in love with me and desired more than just a platonic friendship. My initial reaction was disbelief, as the conversation took place on April Fool's Day, leading me to question if this was some sort of joke. But then she kissed me, and I was immediately swept up in the moment. I couldn't help but reflect on how foolish I had been for not seeing the potential in our relationship sooner. Everything was going great between us. Our families were overjoyed, even preparing for a wedding, even though we were just starting college. Her dad jokingly said to me, "It's about time. I was wondering what was taking so long." We did everything together, and she seemed like the perfect person to spend the rest of my life with. This is the love story I've been waiting for, LOL. Yeah, but I'm still not sure I'm making the right decision. I want to be with her. I want to marry her. But our past problems bother me. What problems? What has happened? I observed in recent months that Olivia and my younger cousin were spending a lot of time together. Although my cousin was not known for being very responsible, I cared for him like a younger sibling. I noticed that he would sometimes give my girlfriend the same look that guys give when they're pursuing a girl. And when I asked him what was going on, he sheepishly said nothing and walked away. Listen, just because they talk a lot and take walks together doesn't necessarily mean anything. It's also about his attitude towards her. Maybe you're jumping to conclusions or perceiving it that way. Maybe you're right. But it was after that moment that we started having problems in our relationship. One day, as Olivia and I relaxed in my dorm room, we were completely absorbed in a movie. Suddenly, she broke the silence with a melancholic voice and said, "Please don't ever leave me." I quickly reassured her that I would never leave her side, but her response was only a sad smile. The following weeks brought about challenges in our relationship, as she grew distant and kept her emotions at bay. Our physical intimacy felt like a duty to keep me happy, rather than a source of happiness for both of us. This continued for about 5 months, but last month, she returned to her usual self. I think you might be overthinking it. It's possible that a person might not be in the mood, or that they're dealing with other distractions. But okay, have you tried talking to her about it? Of course. I tried to engage her in conversation, but every time I did, she would mention how exhausted she was from work, and all the difficulties she was facing. I was determined to help her lighten her load, so I offered to assist her with her work responsibilities. But despite my efforts, our relationship remained stagnant. How is the situation now? Despite our relationship seemingly back to normal, I couldn't shake the fear that she might pull away from me again. During a quiet movie night, while we were snuggled up next to each other, she looked at me with those beautiful eyes and whispered, "Please be with me always." My heart swelled with love, and I replied, "I will," without hesitation. I want to spend the rest of my life by her side. That's why I decided to pop the question on Valentine's Day. I have been saving up for months to buy her a stunning diamond necklace that would symbolize my love for her. You're a true romantic. LOL. It's a bold move given the recent difficulties you've faced. But I will always be there for you and support you. Thanks. I'll update you on how it went later. She is cheating on me. What? How did you know about it? I had a dream of this moment for weeks. I wanted everything to be perfect, but fate had other plans. As I arrived at the designated spot, I felt my heart sink. In my rush to get ready, I had forgotten the most important item, the ring. I tried to hide my disappointment, but my nerves were getting the better of me. After our date, I drove her home and was about to head back for the ring when I noticed it glinting in the dark under my seat. Just as I was about to pick it up, I saw my cousin's car pull up to Olivia's house. I ducked down, not wanting to draw any attention to myself. To my horror, I saw my cousin approach the door and Olivia answer. Despite her obvious discomfort, he kept trying to make a move on her. My heart was pounding in my chest as I watched them start kissing passionately. She invited him inside, and I couldn't believe what was happening. I felt a mix of anger and betrayal as I stood there in the shadows. My heart became heavy, and I could feel my head spinning. My heart was telling me to take a step back and think things through, but my mind was urging me to act. I got out of my car and approached the house quietly, not knowing what to expect when I got inside. I have goosebumps. And what happened next? As soon as I entered, I was met with the sounds of her moans. My anger boiled inside me, but I pushed it down, refusing to let it take control. I stealthily took out my phone, hit the record button, and moved towards a hidden corner of the living room. What I saw there was a sight that would stay with me forever. I captured enough proof to reveal their affair and stepped forward. "You left this behind," I said, holding up the ring. I had a goal and I wasn't going to be swayed. My sudden appearance sent shockwaves through the room, and they hastily separated themselves, staring at me in disbelief. I didn't linger. I just walked out, leaving them to figure out a way to cover their tracks and chase after me. I had achieved my objective and was proud to leave with my head held high. Oh my God! How did Olivia behave after that? She started to have a conversation as someone who had cheated on their significant other. She said, "I'll clear everything up for you now. You got the wrong idea. I apologize," and similar things. Lastly, she attempted to deflect the blame onto me when I didn't respond. But that plan backfired when I revealed the truth about her actions. She was engaging in sexual activity with both of us. This realization made me understand that our relationship was over. I stumbled upon them barely dressed. She was wearing a bra, and he was only in his socks. The sounds and actions she was making with him disturbed me, because I thought I was the only one who could make her react that way. It looks like you're watching a XXX movie, only in real time, and involuntarily being a spectator. Yes, and I was very angry about it. I have always been kind and loving towards her. I never raised my voice, mistreated, or ignored her. I was content when she was happy. We have known each other our entire lives, and I naively believed that she was the one for me. Once, when we went to a tarot card reading at the mall, the reader told me that a great love would find me. I replied that she already had, referring to Olivia. But the reader gave her a strange look. That should have been one of the warning signs. How did your respective families react to your separation? The consequences of my actions were devastating. After I ended things with both of them, her parents repeatedly contacted me, asking for an explanation for Olivia's distress. I eventually explained the situation to them. Her mother collapsed upon hearing the news, and her father repeatedly apologized to me, saying I did not deserve this. Our families and friends were divided, and many relationships were severed. Olivia's two sisters, along with our mutual friends, constantly pressured me to speak with her, with the eldest even suggesting that I take her back, citing a fictitious mental issue. Did any of your friends and relatives know about this? Yes, it's the most intriguing aspect. Her sisters gave me the full account of how and when it happened. It was revealed that for the 5 months leading up to the fateful night, she had been lying to me about working overtime, with her coworkers covering for her. Her sisters also shared how my cousin had become nervous and uneasy when I went to visit him and my aunt. It was a bitter realization that I had been an overly trusting individual, always striving to see the good in others, only to be deceived in the end. But what about your cousin? I think you could make peace with him. He's still your family. Ha, never. I refused to engage with him, even though he tried to reach me repeatedly. The sight of him standing there, with that smirk on his face as I drove away, was something I could never forget. The urge to lash out and hurt him was strong, but I knew that it would be a dangerous game to play. I understood that my freedom was too precious to be taken away for a moment of anger, no matter how justified it may feel. I would not let the allure of revenge cost me my freedom. My aunt, who had attempted to mediate between us, informed me that my cousin was feeling guilty for his behavior. He explained that his motivations for his actions were to try to understand what it was like to be in my shoes. But this explanation was not enough to win me back. I made the decision to completely sever all connection with both my cousin and my aunt. Honestly, this whole situation has really hurt me. I don't want to seek revenge on Olivia or make a big show of anything. I just want to forget about her and start fresh, like this never happened. I'll always be here to help. Let's stay in touch, okay? Okay, thank you. You won't believe who I met. This is Olivia's younger sister. I think I'm falling in love again. Huh? Hello to you too. I remember Olivia and her family. But how did this happen? It was pure chance that brought us together in Vienna. At first, I didn't even recognize Monica. She had undergone such a transformation and had become a stunningly gorgeous woman. When we finally met, she pulled me into a warm embrace, and I felt my heart swell with happiness. We talked for hours, discovering that we have a lot in common. Both of us are graphic designers, share a love for rock music, and enjoy traveling. It seems like Monica was the perfect match for me. So, are you two in a relationship now? I'm just curious to know what Olivia's reaction will be when she finds out. To be honest, I'm not really worried about Olivia's reaction anymore. Yes, Monica and I are together now. She told me she had feelings for me for a while, and thinks about me all the time. I confess that I have feelings for her too, and we're officially in a relationship now. Monica also filled me in on what happened after I left. It turns out that Olivia got pregnant by my cousin that night. They tried to make it work for the baby's sake, but my cousin ended up cheating on her, and then she cheated on him. The situation got even worse when she gave the baby up for adoption, and then moved to Canada. Monica told me she never forgave her sister for hurting me. Wow, it sounds like things worked out for the best. But are you not afraid that this girl might end up hurting you too? After your last breakup, it took you a long time to heal. Yeah, the first year after parting was difficult. I had never been cheated on before, and it really affected me mentally. However, I had a strong support system in my friends and my parents. My friends even took me on a trip around the world to help me clear my head. I traveled to some of the most beautiful cities, including Paris, Vienna, Prague, and Rome. Each new place provided a fresh perspective and allowed me to gain a deeper understanding of the world and myself. I realized that I was stronger than I had ever imagined, and that I was capable of healing from even the toughest of experiences. This trip was truly life-changing. As I stand here, ready to start a new chapter with Monica, I'm not worried about being hurt again. I've learned to trust my instincts and assess situations with a clear head. My previous experiences have made me stronger and more self-assured in handling the challenges that come with relationships. I'm eager for what's to come with Monica by my side, and I truly believe that everything will work out for the best. Something tells me that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. After all, Olivia and Monica are sisters, so they are already inherently similar. They don't even look alike, both outwardly and inwardly. They're completely different individuals. Okay. I just don't want you to have your heart broken again. Everything will be fine. Oh, you haven't heard the biggest news of the day. Monica's parents have invited us for a family dinner. Will Olivia be in attendance as well? The story is gaining momentum. Could you please stop teasing me? I'm actually really excited. I have high hopes that everything will go smoothly. Not unless Olivia tries to win you back again. Please, keep me informed. How is dinner going? There was such horror here. Olivia nearly nailed Monica. What happened? The party was enjoyable, and everyone was having a great time. Monica and I were chatting with her parents, who were in great spirits. Her father was jokingly bringing up the topic of wedding dates between Monica and me, which made us both laugh. The party was going great, and everyone was having a great time, until I saw my old group of friends, led by Olivia, in the crowd. I was shocked by how gorgeous she still looked. Despite everything that had happened between us, she still had that laugh that I used to love, and was now the center of attention with people flocking around her. I wasn't prepared to see her, and all the memories of our past came flooding back. I quickly turned away, hoping she wouldn't see me and start a conversation I wasn't ready for. But apparently something went wrong. Yeah, A few hours later, as the party was winding down and guests were getting ready to leave, Monica told me she would be right back and went to the bathroom while I was talking to some people who were inquiring about my graphic design work. Suddenly, we all heard a loud argument coming from Monica's backyard patio. It was Monica and Olivia shouting at each other, even getting close to physical altercation, while Monica's eldest sister was trying to calm them both down. Olivia was furious with Monica for stealing me away from her, claiming that sisters shouldn't pursue each other's boyfriends. Olivia attempted to strike Monica, but Monica was able to block the blow and was about to retaliate. I quickly intervened. Geez, this is an unpleasant situation. That's right. After the altercation, Olivia began to weep and implored me to speak with her. I agreed, but insisted that Monica will be present as well. Olivia was reluctant, but had no choice. She pleaded with me to return to her and said she had come to realize her mistakes. Despite Olivia's pleas, I stood my ground and firmly told her that my heart now lay with Monica. I could see the pain and hurt in her eyes, but I knew that I had to be honest with her. Olivia's face contorted in anger, and she stormed out of the room, leaving me alone with Monica. Monica wrapped her arms around me and whispered softly in my ear, "I love you." I felt a rush of warmth and comfort as I held her close, knowing that no matter what happened, I would always have her by my side. It's good that you got out of this triangle. Yeah, Monica asked me to leave for a while so that she could talk to her sister and resolve all issues. I decided to go to my parents' place and stay there. My hope is for Olivia to stop bothering you and Monica. How did the talk with Olivia turn out? After a prolonged discussion, Olivia realized her mistake and offered an apology for her interference in our lives. She stated that she gives her blessings and won't intervene in our lives anymore. Really? I'm happy that everything has come to an end, and we can move forward and construct our life together. Yes, she has chosen to leave the city for a while, to completely forget you. I believe this is the appropriate decision in this situation. Yeah, I hope she finds her happiness.